Your expectations for the Federal Reserve tomorrow?
I would expect that the Fed will raise also at 50 basis points, unless the consumer price index will be really surprising, as you said. If the consumer price index is 7.5% or more, the Fed will have to continue to tighten very quickly. So another 75 basis points should be on the table. But as I said, 50 is the most likely outcome.
And also, if that CPI number comes in hot, Robert, I would imagine that January and February rate hikes could also be on the table.
Absolutely. There will be more rate hikes. The Fed funds rate is still below the inflation rate. And it got, as you said earlier, it got to get above the inflation rate so that the Fed is really stepping on the brakes by having a tight monetary policy.
If we get a super soft CPI, and I say super soft with air quotes, Robert, because under 7 is still red hot historically, but it shows a distinctive cooling trend. If we come in under 7%, what then?
Well, the Fed will still raise by 50 basis points, I would expect, but then the future rate increases will be either postponed or will be smaller ones, 25 basis points or thereabouts. But there we're talking about next year.
You know, we like to think of the Fed as kind of one single unit, obviously headed up by the chair, Jay Powell. But looking at all the speeches and covering all the speeches like we do, it does seem like there's maybe more dissent in the room than we think or know. How would you read this Fed?
I think you're right, Brian. In the Federal Reserve FOMC committee, there are very diverse viewpoints represented. And that's the purpose of the committee, to present all the different possible viewpoints. So you got one group that is pretty hawkish around Jay Powell at the present time. Maybe a third of the FOMC members are part of that hawkish group. Then you got a group around Lael Brainerd, the vice chairwoman of the Federal Reserve, and some of the Biden appointees. They are more softish, what you would call not hawks, but call them
pigeons.
Pigeons, right?
Ospreys, peregrines,
and then
kestrels.
Probably pigeons.
I'm going through every small bird of prey that I could think of, Robert. You caught me right as I went through my last one.
And then you got a bunch of people who can't decide, who are still open-minded, maybe. Another third of the FOMC. So together, Powell has done an excellent job over the last couple of years to bring these diverse viewpoints together, mold a hopefully unanimous opinion to show that the Federal Reserve is of one mind in pursuing its policy.
Yeah. Do you think, Robert, that behind closed doors, in that room or virtual, however they do it, somebody says, you know, Jay, I get your point on inflation, but should we worry about crashing the American economy in this inflation fight? Do you think they discuss sort of how the overall economy and just day-to-day workers might fare? There's going to be a lot of job losses.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of that is already happening at the present time. Just a few days ago, the headlines showed that the tech industry has already laid off 140,000 people. Those are, most of them, fairly high-paid people that are leaders in their field. The big tech companies, Amazon and others, are already laying off people. So you see the foreboding of the coming recession. And I would expect that this slowdown will hit in full force probably early summer next year, April, May, June, that time period.
Yeah.
We will see another recession coming.